What do you make of what is going on at conference? The U-turn we've seen, the talk of a possible rebellion over benefits. What is going on? What's your assessment?
Well, conference is fantastic. I've been here since Sunday. There's lots happening, some fantastic conversations that we're having. The atmosphere is very objective, very upbeat, and those that are here having a really good time.
OK, now, in reality, I mean, people will laugh hearing you say that. I mean, the polls are the worst that they've been. I think that certainly the shift in the last week, the most dramatic shift in recent political history. And you've seen an administration making a screeching U-turn and then awkward laughs when the Chancellor's calling the market turmoil a little turbulence. You're not serious, are you?
Well, conference is really good. Those that are here having a very objective time, very positive. I've seen lots of speculation in the media over the last few days, and there's lots of divisiveness in the media and lots of hysteria. I think the party's in pretty good shape at the moment. We've got a new Prime Minister, we've got a new Chancellor. The mini-budget was quite successful. Clearly there has been a U-turn on one of those measures. We've got to support the Prime Minister. She's made that decision. Let's get behind her and let's make it happen.
Well, forgive me, because I don't want to sound rude. I really don't want to sound rude. But there will be people watching and listening who are going to say, well, if I was thinking of voting Conservative, after listening to you, I'm not. Because there is clearly a problem. I mean, it's obvious to everyone there is a problem with what is going on. And to dismiss it all as calling it media hysteria and everything's fine and we just need to get on with it and the budget's been successful.
Makes it worse.
No, it hasn't. You've got to get a grasp of reality and what voters are actually thinking, don't you?
Yeah, look, I was supportive of the mini-budget when it came out. I thought it was quite pragmatic. I'm a low-tax, low-stake, low-government Conservative. I was happy with it. But for reasons that the Prime Minister knows full well, it hasn't landed well. She's made the U-turn on the 45% tax rate, and that's a decision she's taken. And we have to get behind her, support her, and move on. People vote for many, many, many reasons, and this has been a difficult, turbulent period for the government. It's got a new Prime Minister, we've got a new Chancellor. So there will be, inevitably, some teething issues as we bed in. But I'm pretty confident that the party's going in the right direction. The mini-budget's pretty good, and hopefully it will unlock the stagnation that we've seen in the economy.
There seems to be a lot of turbulence within the parliamentary party. You've got the right of the party seeing a U-turn as a move being weak, John Redwood and the like. You've got the Michael Gove and the Grant Shapps Brigade who are unhappy with the unfunded tax cuts. And then you've got Penny Mordaunt now, who is in the Cabinet coming out this morning and already saying that she's come out against Liz Truss's benefit squeeze, which suggests there will be pressure for yet another U-turn. So to suggest that everything's rosy at conference just beggars belief.
No, I haven't said it's rosy at conference. What I've said is conference is going very well, it's very objective, it's very upbeat, and the atmosphere is very, very good. My point is this: if you've got 360-plus Tory MPs in a room, they won't all agree. We're a very broad church, opinions vary, and that's actually a good thing, because what it does, it allows for balanced policy. MPs that I work with and serve with have different views on most things. We've got to find a way through this. We've got to find that consensus. We've got to unify the party and get cracking with the mini-budget and future policy.
James Sunderland, appreciate your time. Thank you very much indeed. Norman Baker, you are a former government minister. Your thoughts?
Give that man a job, I think, is my initial reaction to that particular interview. I mean, that's so divorced from reality, it was untrue. I mean, I was up there yesterday, and there's clearly an air of anxiety around. There's a clear one. People have been bumped around. They've got a new Prime Minister. You don't have teething problems with the new Prime Minister and a Chancellor. You have a honeymoon period normally when everybody gives them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, bearing in mind we had 2 weeks of mourning, they've only been in there 2 weeks, and the economy's already crashed, and they've gone down 25 points in the opinion polls.
To suggest these are teething issues, this is the heart of the problem. To be in this level of denial, of course he has to come out and say it's all going rosy. Are they not getting the newspapers in Birmingham?
He doesn't, though, does he? That's what I find a little bit disappointing, because I mean, it's all about, and what we're all about is addressing real issues and real concerns of real people. Now, a lot of you watching and listening think, are very supportive of the government. A lot of you aren't. But you've got to address the reality of the situation, haven't you?
Absolutely. I mean, there is a major problem, and we've had a new Prime Minister who's not landed well, a new Chancellor who's messed things up, to be perfectly frank with you. We've got divisions in the cabinet. Penny Mordaunt, that's extraordinary for a cabinet minister to come out and criticise her leader's policy in the public way. You know, they're cats fighting in a sack.
And, you know, a lot of the criticism, or perhaps the only criticism that Liz Truss accepted around the mini-budget was that she failed to lay the groundwork, as she put it, this failure to sort of signal where she was going. Well, interviews like that, where somebody fails to admit what's going wrong, surely just alienates people further and further from their argument. I think you have to have an element of humility, because otherwise it's all just fake, it's all just lies.
And I don't like it when politicians blame the media. I really don't. Particularly when they blame broadcast media, because broadcast media has an obligation in law through Ofcom to be balanced. It does. Newspapers don't, but broadcast media does. And there's no point attacking the media for what they're doing wrong. I mean, the media is just reflecting what's happening.
As if politicians don't care about what the media are saying. You know, they're constantly performing U-turns based on, you know, public opinion. And to be in that level of denial is extremely alarming, because it suggests they will continue to ignore what the public and what the media are actually saying.
Yeah, interesting, isn't it? OK, lovely. It's been good to see you both this morning. Thank you very much indeed, Norman and Emma. I'd love to get your thoughts on that. GBViews at gbnews.uk. I think it's just about getting a tighter grip on the reality. We don't just swallow lines anymore, do we?
That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
I mean, people
can't just tell us the sky is blue when it's grey. You've got to just be truthful.
It's all going very well. Yeah.
Not sure it is.
Even if you really want it to be going very well.
That's the thing, you can get behind the Prime Minister. We've got to admit she's having a bumpy time.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our thoughts. Let us know yours.